What started it is about 7 years ago. I handled the classic animated titles with the Walt Disney Studios, doing publicity for the reissues of the great classics from Snow White and Bambi and Peter Pan. And we were releasing Peter Pan and planning an event in London, a big re-premiere in London. So we were essentially taking a mansion in the Bloomsbury district and turning it into the Darling home. As I was going through, one of the great researchers over there had said, you know, we've got this, some images on Tinkerbell about the film, but we're not really sure what these involve. Why don't you take a look? Handed me a binder that had about 40 or 50 images, all different permutations of a red-headed pixie and a little powder puff and a brunette little moxie little fairy, but no one really knew. They didn't even have an answer as to why there were so many different looking fairies, if they were indeed all Tinkerbell. And no one had really put the dots together and connected it. You look at all these images and you think, you know, well, why? This is interesting. This is not the Tinkerbell that we know and love today, Mark Davis's great character. I became fascinated with how she began. How they got to that final form that we know and love as Tinkerbell, that we recognize all over the world. And it's a pretty fascinating story, and that's a large part of what the book is about.
Besides being an author and entertainer, Mindy Johnson is also a cinema teacher at COC. For Cougar News, I'm Taylor Villanueva.